Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Samurai 8 Chapter 10. When we last left off, Hachimaru and An went on a little date. They had a good time together, as I recall, but the guy who's been headed towards their planet for the past couple of chapters has now arrived on their moon, looking for Hachikaku. We'll see what comes of that this chapter, I presume. But let's jump right on into Chapter 10, Target Captured Us. I don't know. Beats me. Anyway, our cover picture here is Daruma, Ann, and Hachimaru on some weird sculpture thing. The same kind of weird architecture that's really made this series sometimes kind of hard to read. Oh, and Hachimaru is there too. That's the cat's name, right? I don't know. Onwards to becoming a samurai. Hachimaru is having mixed feelings. Right, so because last time, we see here he says, why did I have to lie? And you'll recall from the last chapter that he had told her that he had always been a strong samurai and had never been strapped to a life support machine. But An asks him, is something wrong? And he looks at her, no, nothing at all. And he puts his stick back another thing in Dongo, as the moon is still having that crater thing from the end of the last chapter. They both have not noticed it. Vajrayaksa style. Silent cut! And he's done some more damage to the moon. Okay then. And we see that he's now able to, I guess he cut a hole through the entire moon? What the fuck? And he, dives through the moon back to the planet instead of just going around it. I don't know. And at that moment, the bird ship thing, where the samurai and princesses all are, arrives. This must be that planet's samurai guard. What do you do to Moon? Identify yourself and your dojo. You are in danger of violating the laws of this galaxy's Ball Federation of Planets. I guess that's what governments are called? I don't know. And all the samurai are in the room. I'll go kick his ass. That looks like the Dharmakaya. He is no ordinary samurai. No need for further warnings. I'll go. And the old man samurai stands up. Oh, Lord Mujin himself! And another samurai calls out, This will be my first time seeing him fight. Another one kind of chuckles, it won't take long. And the villain kind of looks out in shock as Lord Mujin jumps out of the spacecraft. Come, Garuda! And I guess Garuda is the ship, and a part of it comes and gives him his armor. Yokozuna grade keyholder, Garuda Heaven. I see you must be the immortal golden bird, Mujin. And the villain rushes at Mujin. And Mujin, now in his cool-looking bird armor, calls out, let us fight! And there's a shine of light on Mujin. Prepare yourself. And the villain guy kind of looks at him, squints one eye, and then Daruma twitches back on the planet. And the samurai who's with them, whose name I always forget, asks, is something the matter? No, I just felt an incredibly strong aura. Strong and very familiar. The samurai with the strongest aura on this planet would be Lord Mujin. Might it be that you know him? Mujin? The immortal Mujin? So you do know him? Yes. We once fought at a game in front of rulers. He showed much promise. Lord Mujin is the chief of the samurai guard of our planet. You might even say he's on par with the Federation's generals. I can imagine that. Then I should probably visit him, reminisce together. And we cut to Mujin, who was just shattered. His locker ball is still in one piece, though. I have something I would like to ask him. And yeah, the guy has stabbed Mujin through the chest. Or I don't know if that locker ball did belong to Mujin, because there are all kinds of locker balls around. Or maybe he just has a lot of locker balls. I'm not sure. Because Mujin coughs out, "Oh God of War, please do not abandon me." And the masked guy says, "Such a sore loser. Kick the bucket already." Probably because he stabbed so many locker balls. But out comes a locker ball with the spine. And the masked guy, shatters it with his sword. You call that a samurai guard? Don't make me laugh. Well then. He looks down at the planet. As Hachimaru's father says, that doesn't look good. And he's opening up his own chest? I guess that makes sense if we think he's a samurai, because he had a key holder. And he clicks his chest shut, and he puts his hand in some kind of like holographic cube thing. Hachimaru's beacon has been located, displaying last recorded location. And he like sees where it is. Great! The tracker I put on his left hand's walking stick is still working. I'll be able to find him. And he zooms off. That kid just does as he pleases. I have to find him and bring him home. And he flies off to the mountain, right where our masked friend, or no, the masked friend is now landing on the mountain. I don't know if that's the mountain where Hachimaru and the gang all are. But he does something with his hand and lets out some kind of like radio wave, I guess? Reconstructing target. Commencing search. Target acquired. Please confirm once the recovery of the sword Dojikiri Takatsuna under the name Hachikaku is complete. Found you. And then we're back. So now Hachimaru was back at the mountain. Right, because he had left the mountain for the day. Duh. And he calls down, we're back. And he lets on off the key holder. Thanks. How do they look? Daruma asked the other samurai. Like they got along just fine. And they found a locker ball. Master, look, we brought you Haganishi and Takoyaki. You like them, right? And Daruma's kind of sighs, you're confusing me with yourself. Meanwhile, someone is approaching them. Whether that's the dad or the other samurai, I don't quite know yet. Oh, it's both of them! They're both going there. As they're both approaching. And the samurai... the samurai that came with An notices something's wrong. Who is that? And Hachimaru looks back to see what's going on. And it's the dad! Hachimaru? Dad? What? His father? Hachimaru's and then the dad blurts out, you stole my son, you thieving cat! Huh? And Hachimaru like, it's not what it looks like. I became Master Daruma's apprentice because I wanted to. So what if you became a samurai? That doesn't mean anything. You're still a mechanic's son, and you need protection. We're going home. And Hachimaru calls out, I told you, I'm not that weakling anymore. I'm not the same kid who was so sick he couldn't even move. I've changed. And that gets Anne's attention, because she had just lied about that, like, half an hour ago. What are you saying, Hachimaru-kun? You said you were a lively kid. And Hachimaru's like, oh, I fucked up there. And he squints. Come on. And the dad grabs Hachimaru, and Daruma opens his eyes for the first time, pops his blade out, and defends the two of them against the masked guy. And Hachimaru and the dad are both blown back. And the other samurai grabs Anne. Who are you? Ugh. And Daruma like slides down into the crater the masked guy has left where he landed. And the dad says, Atta! Is that the masked guy's name? And the masked guy replies, long time no see, Professor Furuta. Where is Hachikaku? Huh? Conflict. Chapter 10, end. Alright. So I guess the dad's name is Furuta? Or maybe Daruma is also in by Furuta at one point. I'm assuming it's the dad's name, though. Because Daruma seems to have a legend with the name... Or no, actually, I think he's only going by Daruma because Hachimaru thought he looked like a Daruma. So maybe his name is Furuta? Or maybe the dad is Furuta. That might be the secret. He's a professor and taught this guy. I don't know. Anyway, this is a chapter that leaves me feeling much more comfortable than I have in the past with this series. I have expressed its complaints of its very kind of gender essentialism in this dichotomy of princess and samurai I talked about at length in the past. But I will say one thing. My assumption was, as princess is an inherently feminine term, that the series was then taking samurai to be a masculine term. They're kind of opposing opposites or whatever. But we see on page 6 here, the samurai who says, this will be my first time seeing him fight, might be a woman. I can't quite tell. They might just be a long-haired dude. But if they are a woman, then that does mean that samurai is not the inherently gendered term that I thought that Kishimoto was using it as, which does allay a little bit of my fears about the series whole, samurai fight, princesses are protected, which if those are gendered terms, can lead to some lackluster experiences, let's say. But beyond that, there's a lot to build up the threat of Atta as he wipes out the most powerful samurai on the planet with extreme ease. And now he's come for Hachimaru or for Furuta, perhaps. I'm assuming that Furuta is the dad because it is the dad who says his name. But yeah, we'll see more of what comes next week, I assume. For the first time in a while, I am excited for what's going to happen next. Both with Anne now realizing that he lied about being a lively kid, and with Atta's arrival. I'm curious to see where we're going to go from here. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!